In this tutorial, I will differentiate between scholarly and popular publications so that you will be able to locate scholarly journal articles as required by some instructors. In this tutorial, the learner will be able to distinguish between scholarly journals, articles, and popular magazines and newspapers, determine the characteristics of peer-reviewed journals and articles, determine the characteristics of popular magazines and newspapers. Recall that peer-reviewed is a limiter on the ProQuest Central's basic search screen, and identify the correct definition for abstracts. What are scholarly sources? Scholarly sources are publications refer to various articles, journals, books, and other academic publications that are written by experts in the field. Scholarly sources are also referred to as academic, refereed, juried, or peer-reviewed journals. What are peer-reviewed journals articles? Peer-reviewed journals or articles are a subset of scholarly sources in the ProQuest database and are a research that has been critiqued or reviewed and or evaluated by peers or experts in an academic field prior to publishing in order to maintain quality and relevance. Scholarly sources are considered authoritative and credible. Peer-reviewed journals or articles typically, but not always, have the word journal somewhere in the title of the publication. Examples of peer-reviewed journals include Science, Journal of Accountancy, and the Journal for Nurse Practitioners. Note that full text and peer-reviewed are limiters you can check to limit your search terms directly from the main or basic search screen in ProQuest Central. ProQuest Central is our largest multidisciplinary full-text periodicals database. Scholarly sources are journal articles that are always written by experts or specialists for experts and are reviewed by experts in the academic field of study prior to publishing in order to assess its quality of scholarship and relevance to the field. The authors' names are typically followed by credentials such as PhD or MD. Scholarly articles will usually show which organization the author is affiliated with, and these authors are generally university or hospital faculty members. Because specialists are writing for specialists in the field, like doctors, researchers, and students, they tend to use formal or specialized terminology unique to the field of study and are very authoritative and credible. Peer-reviewed journal articles generally involve original research and have abstracts or a brief summary of the article or paper. Abstracts are paragraphs supplied by the author and presented as a summary at the beginning of the article. The journals themselves have volume, issue, and date information. The articles usually have footnotes interspersed throughout. Peer-reviewed articles always report original research rather than opinion, and always cites their sources at the end of the article in the references or a bibliography of sources, and have some footnotes interspersed throughout the paper at the bottom of the page. Other authors may also have cited the work. Peer-reviewed sources tend to have dull covers, little advertisements, and have dense black and white text interspersed with images and graphics that are generally charts and graphs. Some scholarly journals even have consecutive pagination from issue to issue in the volume. Now, let's look at the characteristics of popular periodicals or popular magazines and newspapers. Popular magazines and newspapers are written by journalists or non-specialists and are intended for a broad general audience or the public. Articles tend to be popular opinion pieces, current events, and human interest stories. These popular magazines and newspaper articles are typically jargon-free and use natural language. There are no subject experts, therefore generally no credentials as authors, for these publications do not have to be a member of the field they are writing about. There are no abstracts nor a list of works cited or a bibliography. Popular magazines and newspapers have glossy covers with lots of color graphics and photos competing with one another. Opinion articles are prevalent, with articles generally less than 5 pages long. These publications are generally published by corporations. They publish more frequently and can be purchased at the local newsstand. Articles pertain to entertainment, current events, and opinions, and there are lots of advertisements listed within. Note that each issue is paginated separately in popular magazines and newspapers. This concludes our tutorial of the differences between scholarly journal articles and popular magazines and newspapers. Remember, my name is Allison Malone, and my contact information is provided here for questions, comments, and/or suggestions. You may contact me directly at amalone@asutr.edu or 501-332-0208. Thank you for joining this presentation, and have a good day. Finally, we ask that you like our Facebook page for current updates and information, giveaways, contests for prize drawings, new items, upcoming events, and more. Remember, my name is Allison, and if you should have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please don't hesitate to contact me. And thank you so very much for joining me today, and may the rest of your day be blessed.